An entire settlement in flames? And they stole your research?
Yes. And I'm going to get it back.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why she's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timoti, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know, if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill her myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthrall siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. To head sharpshooter first class of Shatterscarp Tamerti Kaiwa III. Ludwin wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garot's wrath. Just like Fior Messiverno. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. Trust me, I am very aware of all those things. You might even say I've been fighting for those things. But there's one little problem. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Cragholt. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwin wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. I didn't know they made Adirans with such bravery. You never know what marvels you live to see. You're likely gonna die a very horrible death, but I pray Galawain will at least make it fast.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. Yes, and please, I don't need to know more. Ringgrim's given me and my troops enough nightmares already. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away, but if you want to find Ringgrim, head east of here, go past the Pargunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatzli, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatzli, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yatzli. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
Thank you for returning. I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would. And now, predictably, they're missing. The damn idiots. I told them it'd bring nothing but grief. Now their families will have to live with that loss. In my time as a soldier, anyone who deserted was executed for their treason.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern. Yoo-hoo! Over here, dearie. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringgrim? Oh, lovely. Then you know what we're up against. Oh, her spells are legendary. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Eora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Andra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Ringgrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ringgrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
Naturally. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Really, though, that would be dangerous. We'll catch up later, Yatzli. Take care of the envoy for me.
Perfect! Oh, this is going to be fun.
You got it. No surprises.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. I always ask nicely. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. That was my assumption as well. Barrett's balls. It's nice to know I won't have to dumb things down with you. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Unfortunately, my delightful personality only carries me so far. But they were scholars themselves and appreciated my initiative. They just wanted to supervise me from then on. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Always a pleasure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to find the most comfortable pile of dirt I can.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Right. Who's going first? There are worse things to find at the bottom of the well.
Barrett's balls. It's horrific.
Unseen, unheard. Quick and quiet.
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
We've got company!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
3 things you can count on here. Sand, monsters, and more sand.
Oh, have these poor dears not suffered enough?
The flowers have names I do not know. Names they do not know.
This is the garden. So it has always been. Oh, I am trapped. Branches and bunches of branches. Unbreakable.
Oh, dears. Hopefully, the next turn at the wheel will be better.
We made an oath.
We can do nothing for them.
We're damned.
Who are you? What do you want from us?
I heard the screaming. You killed them all, didn't you? My brother.
Good. Someone had to. They needed to be put out of their misery.
What's wrong with you? You cold-hearted monster. Your husband's dead too.
And now the executioner comes for us as well. I see you, Reaper. I know what you are.
Excuse the dramatics. The two of them have become irrational during the time we spent in this cave.
Will you do the same for us? Are you our death come to greet us before the end?
The dream thralls here were once our colleagues. When they began to turn, we all agreed they would be contained. This way, they'd at least be able to contribute to our research, even if it was only as subjects.
Adir wanted us to see if the crystal spiders could be a source of profit for the Empire. So many dead for greed's sake.
That is quite some overheated rhetoric. They just wanted to know if the crystal spiders could be useful to the Empire.
Useful? The Empire wanted to see how much of this new land could be extracted and sold. The local adherents warned us when we got here. Said this was doomed from the start. Did we listen?
Once again, you're being dramatic. There is no point in researching spiders in a new world if all of your countrymen keep dropping dead.
You said it was so we could save them. Save my brother and your husband.
Those were never mutually exclusive. I always hoped that we'd find some way to save Halfor. I blame the fire. It threw everything into total disarray.
The gods judged us for our horrible deeds against nature.
One of the raging dream thralls knocked over a lantern. It spread quickly.
It was suicide. It's what I'd have done to escape this wretched world. I envy Halfor.
Is it? I wonder sometimes. Better than being a fungus-infected monstrosity, certainly. I think I'm glad they're dead.
So much for wanting to reverse the effects of the plague.
It is what it is. Just let it go. Envoy, we need you to secure our safety. Tell Wingard that the Dream Thralls are dead.
No, just bring us provisions, food, water. Just enough for us to survive down here until the Steel Garrote's attention is pointed elsewhere. It's the least you can do. We can't take the risk, unfortunately. If the Steel Garrote knew that we were alive, that we'd kept Dream Thralls alive.
They'd kill us! Although, maybe that's what we deserve. We're damned, no matter what. Might as well end it cleanly. Envoy, please kill us now!
What are you talking about, you lunatic?
Even if the Envoy got Wingard to protect us, there's no guarantee his words will mean anything to the Steel Garrote. They might still decide we're infected. Worse, they might decide we're trying to infect other Adherents.
Then we'll just take the provisions and...
And what? They'll still run out. We're going to die, it's just a matter of whether it's by starvation or the Steel Garrote's hand. No. Better we just end it here. Envoy, put us out of our misery.
She doesn't speak for us. Kill her if you must, but the rest of us will leave this cave and never look back.
What are you talking about? Are you mad? We can't leave the cave. If we do, the Steel Garrote will find us and kill us.
Perhaps the Envoy is right. Wimgar has been leaving us supplies, after all. He's sympathetic. You think he'd be willing to stick his neck out for us?
No guarantee of that. Better we die here. Better we do it on our own terms.
Oh, shut up and help me pack.
stands up there. Does he remember? Does he remember that it's me? I wish he could have stayed.
Singing sand, we feel the essence seep from the ruins. Time tempers a rocky surface smoothed by a spring rain. A lion kneels, a blight before it, spells and suspicion at its back. What ruled the land alone now seeks the safety of the pride. Let the vulture feed once, and the flock will never leave. We feel the people of Thirdborn huddle together in the dark. We smell desperation, panic. Then, the seasons change. They turn to each other. A spark. A name the Akira used, now lost to time. We touch the unfamiliar surface. What do you know of this? We cannot tend the flower if we do not know its name. For years, we watched the Akita share their food and tie their hands. Gifts, promises. Why do they undertake these rituals? Still, the word eludes our grasp. Perceive the ocean in a drop. Do its waves sing to you? A bird in flight, a stag runs free. We knew this once. New leaves breach the impenetrable clay. A bush unfurls amid the suffering and strife and blooms. Nothing should live here. How can it sprout? From what well does it spring? Four arms build together, a fence made stronger, peace restored. We have learned much. Dream of shimmering scales as you rest.
I know Zarips can be pests, but... Oh, the poor ears.
That's what'll happen to everyone in Third Point if we don't stop this.
Worse than rot! I think worse than rot! worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Ihaise!
On your right, dear.
Right behind you.
That's not hitting hard enough. This one's mine.
Ahek worth and wrath! Leon seek! Ihaise!
Armor's too weak here. Coming from your right.
Ahek worth and wrath!
Next one's mine.
Ihaise! Leon seek! Ahek worth and wrath! Ahek worth and wrath! Dead! Ahek worth and wrath! Ihaise! Ahek worth and wrath!
Slow down, dearie.
Good one.
Ahek worth and wrath! Ihaise! Leon seek! Ahek worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! worth and wrath!
Another win, but who's counting?
Sorry, Adiran, path's closed. Too many dream throws around. Can't come through here, friend. Temerty's closed it off for fear of the plague.
Worth and wrath!
I used to patrol out here. Swore I'd never come back. Tama. Over there. Someone's hurt.
Envoy! Thank the gods you came through.
An inch higher and he'd have bled out. He's lucky we came when we did.
Some sneaky bastard put a dart trap in front of that door. Have you got any healing skills? A potion? Ah, I'm begging you. Captain Weemgar wanted us to see what kind of shape the tower was in. Thought we could use it. The trap's got the others, though. So much for that idea. Whoever did it is probably up there planning their next move. Now, please, have you got anything? A potion? Captain Weemgar thinks it's a better outpost than Eagle's Reach. Tall walls, narrow passages, Hard for dream thralls to breach, you know? Now, I'm not trying to be a bother, but I'm still bleeding here. Gods. Oh, that's a relief. Now I can get back to Eagle's Reach. Damn Thirdborn. Damn everything.
Wait. If you're going to open that, I'm going to take a few steps back.
That was too easy. Careful. There's bound to be something waiting for us. This looks clear. Here's hoping they finally ran out of supplies.
I finished the last of the traps, love. How are the armor?
Nearly finished. They were doing well. We may still lose this place, but they'll be hard-pressed to take it from us without losing another dozen.
That's all we can ask for. If we hold them off long enough for Temerity to see Adir's true intent, maybe Thirdborn will rally. And if they don't, we'll still make Adir bleed for it. Look alive, Ayako. The wind's blown us more Adiran company.
Stop! Take one more step and mark my words, I'll cut you down.
Katoa and Hayako. Careful, Envoy. They were some of the Ranganui's best.
Kai? Gods, what are you doing up here? And with an Adiran, what's going on? What do you think? The idea is to prevent Adir from taking this tower. It's on one of Thirdborn's biggest trade routes.
We see your little outpost. We know you want it for yourself.
Hold the tower, and you hold Thirdborn. Even if we can't keep it forever, we can buy Temerity time. Adir showed us what they wanted the day they raised Fjord. It's every town for itself now.
You two are chumming the waters you're swimming in. You'll bring trouble to everyone in Thirdborn.
Katoa, enough. Let's kill her and be done with it. That should send a message all the way to Paradise.
The Envoy's right.
You think it hasn't already fallen? Your troops are moving on us as we speak.
We've seen your patrols. We've been watching your outpost gather supplies.
Look at what your garrote did to Fjord. If Adir won't budge, neither will we.
We'll give you one last chance. Leave or die. We'll only warn you once. Ha! An Adiran could do no differently.
You want to prove yourself against Shatterscarp's finest? Good luck.
I think worth and wrath!
Oh, no, you don't!
I think worth and wrath!
All you have?
We make a good squad.
I can't wait to get back to Eagle's Reach.
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
That's it for me!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Behind you!
Worth and wrath!
Not looking so good. Nice!
Time for payback!
Worth and wrath!
That's Thomas' badge. You found it. It really was out here all this time. Right where we left it. It sure is. It reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths. Oh, he was an incredible bastard. Led the defense of Thirdborn, which meant he also led most of our patrols. He'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew. He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were going to collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs or stories. He did. Coming back here was a mistake. I don't know what we're doing here. Because I'm a glutton for punishment? Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue. And he suffered a fatal wound in the process. He was the color of an eel's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long. Yeah. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing, no glory, no din of battle, no distractions. Then you know. It's like sitting still while someone drags rusty nails over your skin. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off. Cruel irony, isn't it? He comes to our rescue, and in the process, he loses the thing that marks him as a soldier. I'm sorry, Envoy. I haven't talked about this in a while. Thanks. Just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do. There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdborn. One of those cairns is Tama's. It's time I said goodbye. Anyone ever tell you there's such a thing as being too observant? It's downright eerie. Envoy, never mind. Let's go.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy? Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting to see anyone this far from Thirdborn. Are you... Your face! You're a godlike. That makes perfect sense. I had a terrible time trying to find a guide in Thirdborn who'd take me here. But meeting you makes it all worth it. Oh, you have. Oh, you'll make a very interesting footnote. I'm a mycologist, you see, and I'm working on a compendium of the different types of fungus in the living lands. Sure enough, what happens as soon as I show up? A fungus-based illness. There's a riot of data out here. See? You understand. That's why I had to document it. Actually, since you're here, I'm having some trouble with the sporlings. I've devoted my whole life to my fungal friends. But I'm finding that the ambulatory ones aren't quite as, friendly. In fact, they're quite murderous. I'd normally be against harming them, but please kill the sporlings before they kill me. Thank you. The satisfaction of having helped the cause of progress. Good luck. Oh, I've got to write these measurements down before I forget.
Keep quiet.
So damn.
easy when you do it.
I think worth and wrath!
Out of the way!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Dead!
Right!
I think worth and wrath!
Next one's mine!
Worth and wrath! Isoksogu! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Nice shot!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Right flank!
Then!
Slow down, dearie.
I think worth and wrath! Ihaise! I think worth and wrath! think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Crack 10! Crack 10! I think worth and wrath!
Right behind you.
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Ihaise! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
It's easy when you do it.
Another glorious battle. What happened to traps and hired goons?
I hadn't had a chance to see all this before. It's magnificent. Come on, let's go introduce ourselves to an archmage.
I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Seek!
You take lead.
You all right, These are so lifelike. Poor bastards. This is it. Ringrim was definitely here.
So, why couldn't you just put that on a sign? These ice corpses are excessive.
Yes, but look at them. The artistry is sublime. Can you imagine having enough finesse to make all this?
I can't imagine wanting to. If you gotta deal with an archmage to stop the Dream Scourge, so be it. But be careful with this Ringrim character. This place has given me a bad feeling I can't shake.
A spell. And a very clever one. Ringgrim's using her illusions to make people choose to stay away. Everyone except us. Of course I probably can. All spells have a counter. You just have to know what it is. But we can figure that out later. Right now, we have to focus on what's at the end of that passage. Precisely. Chances are we'll die. But if we don't, we stop Ludwig and get into the ruins. So, win-win.
Yatsley, you must have been a Rowatayan admiral in a past life.
Let's get going. Oh, and stay close.
They're welcoming us?
That's done. Child's play.
Oh, I thought Ringgrim was all about illusions. This place is cold.
Stay close. Ringgrim's trying to scare us off, but we won't let her, will we? Oh, what a frosty welcome. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. Are her illusions really so powerful? It's just a trick, Envoy. A well-crafted cold trick. Keep moving. Beautiful specimen. Any student of Zarib's and their weaponry would be thrilled. The blizzard is getting stronger. Let's try a different route.
Visitors, do you know what this moment calls for? A beautiful, macabre story that lingers in the mind. You wish to find me in my tower? You'll have to wait until I tell this tale.
We gotta get into that tower? I hope Yatsley brought her ladder.
There's got to be a way. Let's snoop around.
Land shaped in the dreamer's image, not with stone or axe, but with essence. Songs of ancient magic. could we sing to them?
What, like it's hard? That's done.
Once, a very important statue fell to pieces, and an entire village perished because it wouldn't put the statue back together again.
Oh good, skeletons. Just the thing to brighten up the place. Upward, what's left?
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
Watch your back!
Eckworth!
Boy needs healing.
Isaksobi!
On the left!
Worth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth!
You okay? One for you!
If you can make the decision the village could not and restore the statue.
I'm guessing she hasn't had company in a while.
Even more bodies. Oh gosh.
Here it comes.
I think worse than wrath!
Next one's mine! Another glorious battle. Show me what you got!
I think worse than wrath! I think worse than wrath! Worse than wrath! Ulu then! Worse than wrath! Miss me too! I think worse than wrath!
Coming from the right!
You take this.
This one's mine.
If you insist. Worse than rock.
On your right.
I think worse than. I think worse than rock.
On your right. I let you have that one.
birth and rust!
What, like it's hard? That's done.
Sometimes cold reason is necessary.
A heart of stone. It's quite realistic, isn't it?
Then I'll let you hold it.
Archmagi truly are inscrutable creatures, aren't they?
Aye, aye.
Settle, you guys!
Right flank!
like it's hard. Child's play. That's done.
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Someone's eager to meet us.
I think worth and wrath!
Coming from the right!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
The village wanted so badly to do the right thing.
You're here for my Adra piece, aren't you? You can't have it!
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too, dearie.
I'll die without the Adra. Please, don't take it from me. I don't want to die. I was dying before I found the Adra piece, but it's been keeping me alive. I can't go far from it. If I do, it begins to hurt again. The other villagers, they want me to give them the Adra piece. They say it'll save us. But if they take it, I'll die. And I don't want to die.
Please!
Either they're not really here, or we're not.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait. I hear screaming. No. What's happening to the village? Everyone's sick. Oh, gods. No. It's too late. It's far too late. We're doomed. What have I done?
And because the village would not put the statue back together...
That poor man. Was he a real person once? Did all that happen to him?
And why force us to make that choice? Why the cruelty?
Well, for better or worse, I can't wait to find out more.
Mangled statues and bitter fables. None of this comes from a healthy mind. Or soul.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Let's go see where.
Coming in hot. Here we go. Find a better way.
I think worth and wrath. Worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath. Worth and wrath.
My turn.
I think worth and wrath. 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 Worth and wrath. worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
What, like it's hard? Child's play.
The village was on the verge of destruction, but still they argued.
How interesting. The way it's sculpted, it's like he's reaching out or begging.
This is how ghost stories start.
Oh, don't fret. It'll all be worth it.
So, 3 missing pieces, and it looks like you found 2 of them.
This must be the statue mentioned in the story. Look, it's even missing its heart, hand, and head, which is exactly what we have. Let's check around here once more. Maybe we can find something that'll give us a hint. Oh, and Ringrim left us a book. Let's see what it says. There once stood a village protected by a statue. It kept the air crisp, the land fertile, and the people safe. For a time, the village prospered. For a time, there was the thought that the winter would never come. But then the statue shattered, and winter did come, and the village could not make a decision to save itself. She's warning us not to end up like the village. She wants us to make logical decisions for our own good. In the story, the village died because it couldn't make the decision and the sacrifice to save itself. They couldn't separate the weeping man from the statue piece and just let him die, not even to save the whole village. And so, everyone perished, because they made the mistake of having a heart. Life can drive us to make painful choices, can't it? Anyway, this is fascinating. This is more than just a statue. I think it uses Adra as a source of power.
Watchers say the souls of the dead travel through Adra to the beyond. Doesn't give me a good feeling about whatever Ringrim's built here.
Clearly, we can't physically move ourselves up to Ringrim's tower. But magically? That could be a different story. With the Adra pieces connected to the statue, they might be powering her magic. Like animancy, but much bigger. Ringrim said that if we could do what the village could not, put the statue back together, we'd find our way to the tower. What if this statue was meant to move us from here to there? Exactly right. Adra's powerful stuff, and it's known for transporting souls. Usually to the wheel, but the theory's the same. Well, what are you waiting for? Put the pieces in! Do you know how many people ever get to meet an archmage? I don't understand how you are so calm. Ready or not, let's go meet an archmage. We've got all the pieces. Quick, quick, put them in. I want to see how all of this works. And off we go!
Here goes. Whatever happens, I hope it leaves our parts intact.
We're going into an archmage's tower. It'll all be fine. Or at least exciting.
Oh, you made it. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons while I finish this paragraph.
So much for hospitality.
What did you expect?
I think worth and rough! I think worth and rough!
Down, Harry!
I think worth and rough! I think worth and rough! Then!
On your right!
Get it together, Longbow!
I think worth and rough! Worth and rough! I think worth and rough! I think worth and rough!
On the gas!
I think worth and rough! Worth and rough! I think worth and rough! Isosu! Ihaise! Worth and rough! I think worth and rough! I think worth and wrath!
Oh, look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book.
A godlike of an unknown deity, a long-lost Rawatayan, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door, searching. For us? Our prison? Who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge and a parable, all at once.
Where I'm from, hospitality usually involves a mug of cold ale and a plate of warm cookies.
So, the parable still had weight. You were still made to think. As was I. I've never seen a godlike with your appearance before. What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Indeed. Omelets need shattered eggs, after all. The point of the parable is quite simple. Sentimentality is a privilege. The village would have lived if they had chosen to sacrifice one dying soul for the good of many living ones. If it comes to it, yes. I hope you'll choose pragmatism over sentimentality. More than anything, the whole challenge was for you to understand how I think. No one truly matters in the long run. Not even me, or the other archmages. It's what we leave behind. What matters is that our lives buy the world more history, more beauty, more time to create interesting things. Do you understand? For conversation with me, primarily. Most people find it difficult to relate to an archmage. And if you cannot do so, it will complicate my attempts to communicate with you. I hope you're not intending to enter the ruins. I won't open the path. And has been for some time. That is why I am here. I came to the Living Lands because the sickness here, this dream scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't, and yet it does. The essence of the Living Lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Adra has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry. I'm fascinated by the implications. What about you is so special that you can enter the ruins and I cannot? You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it. A god? One that I don't know? No wonder my spells have been useless. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Ardra. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel. That honor belongs to your emperor. But more importantly, you don't get a say. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go. Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. A good question, with possibly worrying answers.
Severing Ardra like this requires mass amounts of essence. The souls of thousands offered up for a singular purpose.
Who knows how many were sacrificed to sever an entire continent? And why? I do intend to find out, though. If there's anything of interest there, I imagine you'll find it. Oh, hush. You are the envoy of Adir. Dirty work is all you do. I wish you luck on your journey, if you believe in such things. Just keep in mind that countless dream thralls are on the same path. I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well, lovely to have met you. Let's hope you remain unscathed. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions. Perhaps when this is over, we should speak again.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course. Can't wait.
Look at her. Making new friends. Learning new spells. They grow up so fast.
The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the Deadfall Highlands. No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave. Or jump, I suppose, if you're feeling grim.
Look at all these books. Do you think she'd let me borrow some? And off we go. That did just happen, right? I didn't imagine it. Ringrim liked me? And my spellcraft! And she gave me her grimoire. Look, isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? You were incredible. Thank you for trusting me.
I'm just glad we're all still in one piece.
Yes, and I must say, your strength is remarkable. We couldn't have done it without you. With Ringgrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
And as long as nothing's burning, We're still ahead of Ludwig.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kubel. As must you.
Never thought I'd be so relieved to head into ancient ruins.
So, come to Shatterscarp often? Show me what you got!
I think worth and rough! I think worth I think worth and
Yatsley, remind me not to make you mad.
You're a Diran, right? Over here. Welcome to Shatterscarp. Or, welcome to Shark's Teeth, anyway. Damn. I didn't think you'd actually talk to someone like me. Oh! Well, I hope I'm not imposing on you. Listen, I've got to take some supplies to that tower up the road. They're for Kotoa and Hayako. Have you heard of them?
Supplies like darts and gunpowder?
Wait, you've already met them? Oh, they're brilliant, aren't they? All right. Well, they're gonna wonder where their gear went. Ah! Hello?
You're welcome.
And you, you're still here. Nothing personal. It's the least you Adirans deserve. What happened at the tower anyway? I mean, You made it back alive. Kutabao! You killed them? At least you tried to talk to them. Don't know how many Adirans would. Now Adir will take Thirdborn, and none of us can stand in their way! No! If you tell them, I don't know what to think anymore. I had the bright idea to help, and look how well that went. Just leave me alone. I need some time to think about all this. Why don't you take a long walk into a deep sinkhole?
I still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
I think worth and rust! See wasps! Time to fly! Tear it all off! One for you!
Something tells me the Godless didn't bar that door.
Wolf and rust!
Mine now!
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
Capo's been busy. I should have known he couldn't sit still.
Love to see someone else so active in their twilight years.
Wouldn't want to be near those when they fall.
worth and wrath!
Is that all you got?
I think worth and wrath!
Nice!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Another win, but who's counting?
Bandits, probably. Bet they had no idea what to expect. He's overdone.
Worth and wrath!
Oh, big mistake!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Ihaise! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Together!
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Let's take things!
Time to rest.
I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worse than rot!
Take your best shot.
You asked for it. Worth and rough! I think worth and rough!
Next one's mine.
That boat's seen better days.
That's really it. I never...
Yes, of course. Everything but the treasure was trapped. How silly of me to assume otherwise. Ugh, I just got the sand out of my bag from my last trip here.
Thank Aethys. I thought you'd never come out of there. I've been waiting for ages. I'm fine. Uncle Capo taught me everything I need to survive. It's why he's always so... No! I can't get distracted. This is too important. Listen to me. I came to find you as soon as I heard what my uncle asked you to do. I just wanted you to meet him, not go on one of his stupid escapades. What do you think? You have to put the heart back. Or take it away. Whatever you do, don't give it to him. No, it's not. Apparently, if you grind a fossilized Leviathan heart and mix it with wine, it becomes a poison. I found his notes on it. I think that's what he wants it for. I don't know, but he's been more and more upset lately. I'm afraid he believes he's so sick. He has no other choice. He's been a hero for so long. I don't think he can imagine a life in bed. You've got to put a stop to it. Any way you know how.
The wolf eats the hemlock. What suffering could be so great?
It couldn't be. It wouldn't be. He's not soulless or mindless. Not like those people at the gates. He's still himself. Whatever it is, it can't be worth dying for. Then we've got to go back. Right now. I'll go find the Tiranui. He'll know what to do. If you can talk any sense into him, Just hurry. I'll be there when I can. I hope so. I'll see you soon.